Phil, thank you for joining us. Congrats on...
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Congrats on extending your unbeaten streak to 6 games now, including 4 wins, 3 clean sheets in that span. Just go ahead and just talk on the team's form and tonight's result.
Yeah, well, I think, I wasn't, the second half felt really long and a little bit laboured. I said to him in there then that I'm super happy with the way that they're playing everything, but there was a 20-minute period in the first half when I just sat down and just thought, this is really good football. This is exactly what I want to see from a Portland Timbers team. High press, high aggression, taking the ball, keeping possession of the ball, dynamic in every movement, but that was just for 20 minutes. There was a 15-minute period at the start of the game when they broke. They had some chances. They counter-attacked, which we knew they would. And then there's a second half where I felt we just turned into a little bit of, which natural, down to 10 men, a bit of individuality, didn't stick to the game plan. So I always think after wins is you've still got to, I'm looking for perfection. And I know I'm not going to get perfection, but if we get just below that, we're still going to get excellence. And I think that's the way that we've got to keep pushing this group of players. We're just got to keep pushing them, and I'm happy. We've took a little leap in the table. Next week we've got Minnesota, who are having a fantastic season, and I feel as if the team are just beginning to believe. I thought the crowd believed tonight, and there's a good feeling, which we want to keep going, and there's a long way to go.
What's it say about where this team has come from, though, to have a game that looked relatively stress-free in the second half? I mean, you just talked about things you could improve, but to go up 2-0 and then to be a man up in the second half, like you guys, it wasn't a dominant win, but it was a convincing win. Like
I think it probably was dominant, but I think the scoreline wasn't dominant. If it had been 3-4, it would have been dominant, and that's my disappointment. Is that. I said to Evander that it's a game where you think, you'd probably miss an opportunity to score. Jonna to score 2 goals. These are games where you've got to be really ruthless. That's what the best teams do. You look at maybe the best team in the Western Conference for the last 2 or 3 years. LAFC would have won that by 4 today. That's the next step for this team, and not just get careless in possession. But we're learning, and they're beginning to understand me, and I'm beginning to understand them, and we're coming together even closer. And it was a comfortable victory against a good team, and it's a nice feeling.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations on
Thank
this
you.
win and the road wins. I want to touch on something you've said in previous press conferences. Ayala, bringing him up to a full 90, McGraw choosing to get on the bus and be a part of the team. Ayala got the start today, Zach got the start. If you can just kind of talk about how you see them improving and your overall assessment on how they're doing.
Well, I think Ayala is a brilliant young player. I think he's only 21, is he? 21. He was on a yellow card, that's why I brought him off. We had Evander, Ayala and Zupric. Not on yellow cards, but obviously Zupric and Evander, we didn't want to miss the next game. So David is getting better and better every game. His decision making is getting better. I think with him and Diego, I think what you're seeing now, you're seeing a development of a partnership in midfield where almost Diego is in there as sort of like the experienced head, and he's allowing the young guy just to go and press the ball, go and get the ball, and he's just dovetailing him around him. And I'm really super pleased with his performances, and he's getting better and better each week. He's given us an extra bit of quality in midfield. He played a pass through midfield today to Santi Moreno, I think, in the first half that I thought was real top quality. And Zach McGrath now has had 3 games back in the team, and you're beginning to see someone that's getting massive confidence, and you see that with Zach in possession of the ball. He was fantastic tonight, and every set play in the last 3 games, I think we've been so dominant because of Zach McGrath. And you've got to say that Zupric next to him has been brilliant too. But there's been players that have been out the team that have had choices to make. This is what it is. This is what you've got to do. This is what you've got to do is fight and challenge for your team. Ayala, Zach's been out the team. And they fought the way into the team, and when you fight the way into the team and you produce performances, you stay in the team, and that's competition. That's why you have a roster. That's why you have depth. And we haven't got the deepest of rosters, but what we've got players now that are becoming more on the bus than what they were probably 6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago, where they were probably doubting their futures at this football club, and probably we were doubting theirs. And now they're on the bus and they're enjoying it, and they understand that we're a team, and there's going to be plenty of matches for everybody, and it was nice to get the guys on at the end, even though probably I wanted to get them on for longer, because they're a big part of the team as well.
Coach Guillermo with Univision Portland, felicitaciones por la victoria.
Yeah, thanks.
You were talking about this 6-7 weeks ago. You were talking about how these players, some of the players, didn't show commitment, and there was a lack of effort out there on the field. What has changed in the last few weeks to show their results?
Not effort. No, I think that don't misquote me on that. What I'm saying is probably there's that mentality has changed. The mentality of the group's changed, and I always think in adversity you see the true colours of a group, and we went through some choppy waters, and what we didn't do, we didn't change what we wanted or believed in or asked them, and what happens is that in any football club or in any business is that you're going to have muddy waters, and during those muddy waters your philosophy, your values have got to stay the same, if not get stronger, and we got stronger, and I always think the best thing is that you're going to come out the other side. The 10 games without a win, remember those days, 10 games without a win, and we kept going, we kept plodding away, we kept believing in what we're doing. And I knew it would change because of the ability that we've got in the squad. We just had to develop a more ruthless mentality, and the players have took ownership of their own performances. And I'd say that every single one of them in that dressing room, looking back to probably San Jose at home, took ownership of their own performances, and that's why I'm super proud of them. And they know that I care for them.
Phil, first clean sheet at home this season. Aside from another team up north, probably no other team in the league better to get that against than this one. How proud are you of the team getting that Cascadia Cup 3 points tonight?
Yeah, I think aside from the MLS 3 points, I think the Cascadia 3 points are massive. We've not turned up in the previous two probably. Maybe for 20 minutes up in Vancouver we did, but against Seattle at home we didn't turn up and we let the fans down. I know the importance of this game to the supporters, and you can see at the end they were celebrating. They really, really love this Cascadia. They tell me that it's more important than winning the MLS. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's a really good discussion to have. But I think tonight was a victory for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.